Nigeria's transmission company secured a $220 million loan from the African Development Bank. That's part of a much wider $1.6 billion loan program. It should help the West African economy upgrade its ailing and largely not really functional transmission and distribution network. With the details, here's CGTN's Kelechi Emekalam.
Poor electricity supply. That's a major challenge for business owners like Raymond Unadike. For the past 17 years, keeping his printing business afloat has been a daily struggle. Raymond depends solely on his high-capacity generator to operate his machines. Several small, medium and large-scale businesses suffer the effect of constant power outages. Up to 50% of their earnings could go into running costly generators.
For the size of the generator I'm using, there's tendency for me to buy this up to 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 naira. Because I use a very big generator based on size of my machines. They make it so expensive because something is supposed to do with 1 naira. Because of this, you ask more for more money. And customers, our clients are complaining.
Power generation has gulped over 80% of investments in the sector. Not as much attention has been paid to the transmission and distribution systems. In fact, more than 40% of electricity generated in Nigeria go to waste. Distribution companies lack the capacity to accommodate them. So the $210 million loan from the AfDB is much needed to begin a system overhaul.
First of all, to improve the electricity supply across these areas, these 7 areas, particularly from the south going to the north. I mean, south is where you have most of the good connections. If you go upwards to and up north, you see that connections are a bit sparse and they are unable to get to the consumer. In the northeast region, the closest power plant is about 1,000 kilometers or 1,000 miles away, which is the Shiroro power plant. So there's obviously not enough access to these areas.
From an average 6,000 megawatts, Nigeria set a target to boost power transmission wheeling capacity to 10,000 megawatts by 2020 and 15,000 megawatts by 2025. The $210 million loan from the African Development Bank is just a fraction of what Nigeria needs to overhaul the nation's electricity system. The entire master plan could cost nearly $2.24 billion. It's estimated that over a period of 20 years, Nigeria would need to spend up to $100 billion to get its electricity right. Constant electricity is a prerequisite for economic growth and development, so the country is looking to the World Bank and several other sources to fund the massive electricity projects. Kelechi, Emekalam, CGTN, Abuja, Nigeria.